Non-apologetic news.
First up, we have a very disturbing news about a household item that is spying on you.
What?
Apparently, the Roombas, they have a mapping feature, right? They're able to map your entire house. The way they do that is with a camera. What they haven't told us is that camera is constantly taking pictures of everything going on in the house, and then it's sent over to Roomba, iRobot, and then they use it for like market research. It's supposed to be to make sure it's not running into something. If it is, here's a picture of that so we can figure out how to navigate that sort of edge or corner or baby or whatever it hits, you know. There's a specific series called the J7 series of the Roombas. So what happened is all these photos flooded in to a company who was designed to do market research. That company's name is Scale AI. So they took the funniest photos, people on the toilet, people having sex, people doing crazy stuff in their house, and they started sharing them on Facebook on a private message group, right? Uh-oh. It wasn't long before it was no longer on the private group and was just openly shared on Facebook until one woman came across this photo of herself on the toilet from a very low angle looking up. So it did not take much to realize that came from the Roomba. Roomba, the company, is not denying any of this. They're saying, yes, this does happen, but we have fired the people who were sharing it, Scale AI, and we have hired MIT Tech Review to make sure we are doing everything we can to support you. However, the fact that it does it, period, is enough of a reason. I mean, let's just cut the nonsense. You can vacuum your own house, right? You can turn the stove on and off. You can change the thermostat. We don't need these devices. That's like the, oh, hell, I don't even remember what it's called. What's the Amazon, Blue Amazon?
Alexa.
Alexa, yeah. So it's already been proven, came out last year, that that is constantly recording, and those recordings aren't even being deleted. They're being stored. And then when a crime happens, the FBI or whatever organization is subpoenaing the Alexa, and they're giving them the recordings to use in court. So that's already happening. So, I mean, it was pretty logical that this is the next step. Your robot is taking pictures of you on the toilet, and this is not a very flattering photo of this young lady at all.
So what kind of psychopath doesn't take their pants all the way down?
That's true. Plus, does she have carpet in the bathroom? Why is the Roomba so close? That Roomba is like 6 inches away from her, just drooling, looking up. So, shut your Roombas off, do your own vacuuming, do yourself a favor. And it's not like we're in a studio in my house. I've spent my life building recording studios. I'm all for the next advancement in technology. I just also value my privacy.
All right, we're going to go to Florida. All the cool stuff happens.
Florida.
Use a dumb criminal.
2 people in Florida were arrested after one of them made a 911 call to get help with moving their belongings from a home they were burglarizing.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Yeah. Deputies responded to a home Saturday after a 911 call at the home. The deputies concluded that nobody lived there, but they found a male suspect and his girlfriend inside the home after entering it through an unlocked door. Deputies had been searching for the male suspect after identifying him from a security video as a burglar at a Dollar General store in that area.
So shoplifter.
Yeah.
Now he's burglarizing. He was stealing Klondike bars.
While talking to deputies, the female suspect told them that she had called 911 for the purpose of having law enforcement help them move their belongings from the house they were robbing. They also wanted to get a ride to the airport so they could spend the weekend in New York.
So there's a lot to unpack here. Like, for one, I don't think it's common practice for people who own houses to call 911 for aid in moving your stuff.
Never. The only time I've seen officers at a house from it was like if someone's getting evicted. Like,
so their plan was...
And they don't even help. They just stand out there. It's like, get your shit out.
They're like, who would be dumb enough to call the police if they were burglarizing? So we're going to do that. We're going to have them take us to where we need to unload it, have them help us unload it, and then also take us to the airport and drop us off at our terminal.
Yeah.
That was the plan. So
that was the plan.
What was the end result? They saw right through it. They arrested them, and then they were charged.
Yeah. The male suspect was charged with burglary and theft.
There should be an extra charge for just being a dumb fucking idiot. Yeah. And our next story is not that much better. So what we have here, we'll throw her picture up. We have this blonde little half decent lady. I mean, she looks like every girl I date, right? She's not really pretty, not really ugly, got a little bit of skankadank to her, you know. That's the type that I enjoy. Or that just enjoys me, so whatever. Anywho, so this woman achieves her dreams of being assigned to a Tennessee police department. And that was not the only dreams this blue-eyed Wonderbread had up her sleeve. So here's what winds up happening. She's in a marriage, right?
Yep.
She's married to a white man. She tells everyone in the precinct that she is in an open marriage. She was not. So within about 2 weeks, they are having hot tub parties at the precinct. Now, I don't know why they have a hot tub at the precinct, for one. So she finds she has an attraction to a certain skin complexion, we will say. So when the dust settled, it came out she was taking on multiple officers at once. They were having oral parties, they called them, where I guess they just stood there and they just bukkake the heck out of this woman. So what wound up happening is 4 cops were fired. Another 2 are on suspension, and that includes 2 sergeants. It includes detectives. I'm going to show a picture of a couple of the officers who were fired, and you will start to see a trend. Here's fella number 1, and here's fella number 2. And they were just slaying this woman, apparently. So, as I said, she did not have an open marriage, and even if she did, there's a better way to do this. Like, if you live in this county, this is why the police were late when you called them, because someone was breaking into your home, because they were currently breaking into this little white lady. There's a way to do this. Like, she could have said, hey, I'm really into you. Let's meet afterwards. But this was all going down in the station. They would meet afterwards, and like 4 of them would just... They should get manslaughter charges for what I assume they did to this poor woman. But no, so I assume unless her husband is a complete simp, he has already filed for divorce to get rid of this thing. So like I say, here is the picture of this delectable white teardrop, and you can currently catch her getting ran through at her local Costco. Because she is no longer an officer, fired, on leave. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, for that matter, if you want to bang a coworker, that's fine, that's great. I encourage it. Do it somewhere else, especially if you're in something like a police officer. Because of this, those officers that were all fired, they're not going to be able to get work as a cop.
No,
just not going to happen. So if it's something where you have to change your entire occupation, maybe drive her down the road. I mean, look at her face. She'd be happy. You know what I mean? You could both go in the dumpster out back. She would absolutely love that. But this is when fetishes run wild. And I do not know, but I think it's that time
I'm out.
that we are out.
Non Apologetic News.